Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and with me today is the Wild West Songwriters Fest songwriter winner, Tristen Schofield.
How's it going, Bubba?
It's going well, man. We're live from Dr. Lucky's today. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
We got a show tonight, and I said, what the hell, man? Let's throw the mics up into a podcast. How's that sound?
Sounds good. It's going to work
Well,
pretty slick.
We're getting to know each other a little bit here, but for our listeners, why don't you give us a little bit of who is Tristen Schofield?
Well, first off, my name's Tristen Schofield. I grew up in Phillips, South Dakota, and I've spent my entire life there. Got started playing music when I was a kid and decided I wanted to pursue that as an adult instead of playing or doing anything else. I just decided to go into playing versus the traditional college route or anything like that. So I've been doing it since 2018. I've been playing music professionally, and I finally made it to the point where I'm making a living doing it. And for the last 2 years, I've been doing it full time. So it's been pretty cool gig.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you've been at it 6 years. You're only 25?
Yep, we'll be here in June.
Nice. So you just said, yeah, the hell with that. I'm going on the road. And so you drove, I know you go with your band, Drive By Night.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
So that's mostly who you're seen with. I know you do some shows. Obviously, you're playing some solo shows with us this weekend. But so Drive By Night, what are you guys getting into this summer?
We've got a few street dances, the usual. We're booked up full summer. Friday, Saturday schedule's all filled up till Labor Day. Some highlights are we'll actually be sharing the stage with Jessica Luby, and we'll be opening for Pam Tillis in Deadwood for the Wild West or Wild Bill Days, excuse me. And that's a big show of ours that we got coming up. And I actually got that spot because of the songwriters competition that I won here in October. And so we're gonna do that and have a good time. And another one we're doing in Murdo is called the Megan Newsom Memorial, and that's another big event, big local event. They have some Nashville artists coming up, and we're lucky enough to be chosen to be the local closing band. So we're gonna check that out and see how it goes. I guess it should be a pretty good time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You got a big summer going on. Wild Bill Days is always a great time up in Deadwood, an event I played a decade ago at least. Always fun to be in Deadwood on Main Street, open container. It's a big party. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you guys are going to have a blast, man. That's going to be a good one. So we recently featured your music on an episode of Love Noise, one of the other songs on the scene here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Hardwood Floors while we got you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I wrote Hardwood Floors a few months ago. It was in the middle of wintertime. And I'd been on a writing kick. I decided I wanted to put out some singles this year and really get into the writing deal. And that was probably the third or fourth song I wrote. And it was one of those deals where I just kind of run out of stuff to write about, and I was feeling pretty down. Been, not having a schedule because I'm self-employed really puts a damper on our, some of your mental health. So I was kind of in a low spot, and I decided, and my days and nights are mixed up. So I decided I was going to stay up all night and fix it, stay up all night the next day to fix my schedule so I could go to sleep at night again. And while I was staying up all night, I was just trying to find, something to be thankful for, and I was kind of playing guitar and just think about stuff. And then I realized that I was just thankful for the way I was brought up. A lot of people aren't fortunate enough to have, one place you think of to grow up in and call home. And so I wrote a song about that and kind of about a brother to one of my uncles. In their shoes, my grandparents' house, kind of how that whole family story kind of played out over the last 50, 60 years. And that's kind of where it came from.
That's amazing. I love it. I love South Dakota stories from South Dakota songwriters. That's where the scene kind of has its roots. We're rapidly spreading. We've been involving a lot of the Midwest Country Music Organization members, of which Jessica Luby is one. You are one yourself,
Yep.
Are you not?
Yep.
That's awesome, man. We're really growing this thing out here in South Dakota. I was just at the awards show last weekend. We had a great time. We met a lot of people. And consequently, I've had a bunch of them on the podcast, man. So really glad that we got a chance to sit down today and to do this. And you're a road warrior, man. You're out here in Mitchell. You said it's been a while since you played in Mitchell.
Yeah, about 4 years. We do a lot of traveling. This is the life I chose, and I love it. A lot of miles you put down. We play all across South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, slowly creeping into Wyoming, and hopefully Colorado soon if we get lucky. So
yeah, well, and that's the kind of the thing. All my goals are headed East, right? And we're only 2 hours apart, but it's funny how much different our schemes kind of are from where we're going. I have the connections out into Deadwood and everything, but me being now on the east side of South Dakota, where it's like, okay, how do I get to Omaha? How do I get to Kansas City? How do I get to the cities? And I'm very fortunate to be booked up in the Minneapolis area in June. And then down in Kansas City later in October, and we got some Omaha Council Bluffs gigs as well. So we are reaching out a little bit. Yeah, man. Well, and my thing is always to hold that door open, right? We're not just opening doors for ourselves, but opening it for everybody else too, and to keep spreading all this music around everything. So, and getting you in Dr. Lucky's, that's a big thing to that. So, well, I see your food's here. We're gonna call it a day here, but we got a lot of rocking left to do at Dr. Lucky's tonight. You guys know this is where I'm doing a lot of big things. The Scene is doing a lot of things here. Open mic night on Tuesdays, so make sure you guys are tuning into everything we're doing, and we'll see you next time on The Scene. Thank you for listening. Remember to go to patreon.com/thescenesd. Follow us on all your social media channels and make yourself part of The Scene.